You ever step on a ship and think, yeah, this is my kind of pizza?
It's like the moment you walk in and you just know the vibe is right, the service is right. The itinerary looks like it was handcrafted instead of mass produced.
Exactly, because today's ship, it's small, it's upscale, and it's sailing itineraries that feel like they were hand tossed by the travel gods themselves.
We're talking about a brand new yacht that's already making waves. And honestly, it may be the most interesting new ship launch flying under the radar right now.
Windstar's Star Seeker, fresh out of the oven and ready to slice up Alaska, Japan, and beyond. Welcome back to One Slice at a Time, the podcast where we break down travel, one destination, one ship, one experience, one perfectly portioned slice at a time. I'm Ryan Joy, travel agent, cruise host, and a firm believer that life is too short for bad vacations or bad pizza.
And I'm Stephanie, travel advisor, itinerary architect, and the one making sure your trips are balanced with equal parts adventure and relaxation, like the perfect sauce to cheese ratio.
We went big. We talked at Epic Universe, Universal's newest theme park that's shaping up to be an absolute game changer for people visiting Orlando.
That's right. New lands, new rides, new tech, basically the supreme pizza of theme parks. So many layers, you don't even know where to start.
Yeah, you got to buy the version 2.0 of the blind. You got to buy their Magic Band or whatever so you can play in Super
Yes,
Mario World. It's a whole bit. Make sure you go back and
that's
listen
a
to
whole
that.
thing.
Yeah. Today we're scaling down in size. No 20 to 30,000 people sharing this ship, and we're leveling up in intimacy because we're talking about Windstar's newest ship, Star Seeker. But before we dive into Star Seeker specifically, I want to zoom out for a second because this isn't my first slice of the Windstar pizza. I've spent a lot of time sailing their power yachts over the years, and it's a product I know really well. I've been on Star Legend in the Mediterranean. It's classic Windstar. I've been to small ports, late nights docked in the heart of town, immersive step off the ship and you're there type of experiences. I've also sailed on Star Pride multiple times, including itineraries in Iceland and Morocco, two wildly different regions that really showcase how versatile these yachts are.
And both of those regions are perfect examples of where small ships make a huge difference. Tighter harbors, less tendering, and more unique stops.
Exactly, that's Windstar's sweet spot. And I'm not even done yet. I've got Tahiti coming up on Star Breeze in a couple of months, which is about as dreamy as it gets with the turquoise lagoons and the overwater bungalows and that whole postcard vibe. Then later this year, I'm back on Star Pride again for Bermuda in October. So yeah, I've had I've been on Winston for a lot at this point.
Yeah, you basically worked through the whole Windstar menu.
Yeah, pretty much. And when people ask me what my favorite cruise line is, I always say, well, it depends on your goals. Because
Okay.
cruise lines are like pizza styles. Sometimes you want deep dish, sometimes you want wood fired, sometimes you want quick and casual. Always you want the whole pie though. But when the goal is small ship comfort, incredible hospitality, a relaxing pace, and an atmosphere that's upscale but not stuffy, Windstar is the best. They've mastered the balance. It's luxury without pretense, service without stiffness, space without crowds. It's the travel equivalent of your favorite neighborhood pizza place. High quality, welcoming, and you always leave happy and stuffed.
And that context matters because now when you step onto Star Seeker, you're immediately comparing it to years of Windstar sailings.
Yeah, exactly. Those other ships I mentioned were purchases that Windstar made from Seabourn, but Starseeker is a brand new build. And that's going to bring me to my first impression of this new ship, Starseeker. I toured Starseeker this past January when it stopped in Miami, and I love this ship. But before we even get to all that, I have to tell you that there was so much excitement from the Windstar team that day. I mean, in my everybody was all smiles. They weren't manufactured salesy type smiles either. Everyone's genuinely amped to have this new ship in their lineup, and for super good reason.
Yeah, it's like they're presenting their brand new baby to the world, right? This is their child.
Simba.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the quickest way for us to acclimate the pizza pals to this new ship is, if you remember our Falkland Islands episode, the ship I sailed down in the Falklands had a very similar feel in size and intimacy. It was small, upscale, destination focused, not a floating city, kind of like a boutique hotel, but not like last week's Norwegian Prima.
Right. Which is why, for a lot of travelers, this is the whole appeal. Fewer people, more space, more connection to the destination, and a higher staff to sailor ratio.
Yeah. No crowds, no chaos, just pure immersive travel. Thin crust cruising, refined, intentional, no unnecessary filler.
But really, Starseeker reminds you of the other ships because Starseeker wasn't originally built for Windstar, isn't that right?
Yeah, it was initially ordered by Atlas Ocean Voyages from their parent company, Mystic. So it started with a little expedition DNA built right into the blueprint.
But then Windstar took over the build and reimagined it through their yacht luxury lens.
So what you get is this hybrid concept. It's got like these expedition bones, but
Mhm.
then it's got Windstar's hospitality philosophy layered over the top, like a rugged crust, and finishing it with gourmet toppings. But when it comes to comparison, both the Atlas ships and the new Star Seeker from Windstar are gorgeous places to take a vacation. I think by the nature of each company, though, they serve totally different purposes. So there's no point in asking which one do you take for a certain goal. If you want Tahiti, you go with Windstar. If you want
Right.
Antarctica, you go with Atlas. Windstar's not taking Star Seeker to Antarctica. And as far as I know, Atlas is not taking any of their ships to Tahiti. So they serve different purposes.
Starseeker officially launched in January, so this ship is brand new.
Yeah, when I toured it on January 15th, it had just made its like maiden voyage from Portugal, where it was built, over to Miami. And then it parked there for a few days so we could do ship tours. But then it was going right out and it's doing a little bit of Caribbean stuff. But
Mhm.
after that, all of their sailings are going to be like Alaska or sort of Japan, maybe some other things in the area too.
Those two regions are tailor made for small ships. Fords, cultural ports, scenic cruising.
Yeah, the big ships show you Alaska. The small ships let you taste Alaska.
Mm.
And beyond that, there are also sailings in Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. So you got the Southeast Asia with temples and street markets and river cities, a full cultural tasting menu, whether you want Alaska in a
Right.
different way or you want to do Japan and Southeast Asia.
Sounds incredible.
This is the point where we are going to remind you we are travel agents.
That's right. We just don't talk about travel, we design it. We match it, we help you pick the right experiences.
Hopefully, I can match that experience to the best pizza in that destination, but
Mhm.
not every traveler wants to cruise the same style. Some want mega ships, some want yachts, and that's going to bring us to the crusty review. So, once again, I think we're going to do a local pizza place for me called Pistaio. Now, Pistaio has a couple of locations in my area, but they're a really, really good, strong Italian restaurant. So you have like all the like important Italian entrees or whatever. But then they also have those little 12-inch personal pizzas that you can get that are delicious. However, the play here is to get what they call their Roman style. And it's a square cut, cup and char pepperoni, delicious. I get it. The last time I got it was Monday. So it's really not been that long. Last Monday. Um, I love it. And it's right here in Port St. Lucie. So 2 points on this. Local pizza place. If you're listening to this and you're like, well, Ryan, I'm probably not going to go to Pastaio because it's a million years away. Um, go support your local pizza shop. You're going to
That's
drive
right.
by
That's the
Domino's and
takeaway.
drive by Papa John's, drive by all those and go to your local pizza shop because they're serving us, right?
That's
And the other takeaway
correct.
is if you do happen to be on a cruise ship in Miami or Fort Lauderdale and you're going up to Orlando, you're going to drive right past this place, right off 95 in Port St. Lucie. So There you go. Um, because I go back there so often, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 8 on the pizza scale.
Earnability.
Availability, but it is really good too. It's really, really good. So
So I've got to put that on the list, guys. Ryan's always giving me all these local places that I need to try when I'm down in Florida on my trips. So I guess I'm just going to add another one to the list. Thanks, Ryan.
there you go.
So Ryan talks about some of his favorite places to eat pizza, but one of my favorite places on board the Star Seeker is going to be the Yacht Club because, yes, it has a full bar, and we know me and cocktails, right? It's totally the social heartbeat of the whole ship.
I- it might be sad, but like one of my like favorite things to do when on Windstar is to go to the yacht club and have scones during tea time. It's a huge highlight for me for when sailing. It's kind of sad. I don't know, but anyway, the yacht club. It's always my favorite place to hang out on a Windstar ship. In the past, this has been mostly been a coffee bar and a quiet area to sit and read, play a game, or stand outside and watch the ship come into port or see the ocean go by or whatever. But on Star Seeker, as Stephanie mentioned, we're going to get all of that,
Mm.
but they also have a full bar. So it really increases the versatility of the space because, it was great for like a quiet little hang at the end of at the end,
Right.
throughout the day and stuff. But now they can do events in there and stuff at night when people are drinking those cocktails. So it's relaxed luxury, more, yeah, not a nightclub, more like a place where you go to get your cocktail and hang out.
With me working with big multi-gen families, I know how important it is to have this like common space to like hang out and be with your people. So this is very welcome on this new Star Seeker ship.
Yeah, and they also have a lounge on deck 4 where people can get together for that type of thing. So they have multiple locations that are going to serve that purpose on this ship. And it's one of those things, whenever you see a small ship sailing, a lot of people say, oh, this is not for the kids. And I would
Right.
tend to agree, like, this is going to be sort of a more mature traveler. But if you do have, say, a teenager on this trip, they're gonna have to bring their entertainment, whether that's a game, a book,
Mhm.
whatever handheld video game of choice. But to have a space where you can go do those things together, it's really important. So I'm glad that they have multiple options for that. And it's not going to be just like, oh, it's a sea
Right.
day. So Junior's going to hang out in the room and play on the Switch all day or whatever.
Right. Exactly. Another major upgrade, speaking about the rooms, are the staterooms on this ship. So historically, many Windstar yachts feature those Juliet balconies, just like the stepped out railings.
Right. And those are really nice, but not quite the full balcony experience.
But Starseeker changes that. You've got true balconies and infinite veranda rooms where the window drops all the way down and makes it an open air space.
We talked about where they're going. And for
Hmm.
Alaska, those infinite balconies that's what you want. Those
Right.
infinite veranda rooms because you can stay in the warm, put the thing
Hmm.
down, and you're like your whole balcony is heated, which is I think
Yes.
great. Yeah. So you can glacier watch or coastline watch from your room. It's private, quiet, immersive. The difference between, delivery and dining with a view. But there are 12 different room types, which I think is crazy given that there are
It's
only
crazy.
112 suites on the whole ship. So 12 different kinds. You really have a lot of choice, but if a certain type of category is really important to you,
Right.
then you're going to have to book really early, especially to say you want that room that has triple occupancy. There's not going to be
Mhm.
112 rooms on the ship with that. So you're
Right.
going to have to be kind of looking ahead for this type of thing.
And working with me and Ryan to make sure you get the category you want and pick the category that's best for you.
That's right.
Now, guys,
Yep.
speaking of looking ahead, though, these sailings we can book already into 2028.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Which
doing next week. But
I mean, this I do, right? Like this is like the specialty of mine. Is like, how can we get your vacation for like 3 years from now locked down today? Um, I mean, if when you're open that far in advance, all the way out into 2028, it's confidence, it's demand. There are reasons that these cruise lines are putting these out there so far in the future. Frankly,
Right.
2027 is probably sold out at this point. There might be like a couple
Right.
of
Or
spots where
very
you can
close
kind
to
of
sold
fit
out.
in, but
Mhm.
there's not a whole lot of 2027 inventory left for them to sell. So why not open up 2028? You've got this new ship, you've got the premium regions and a
Mhm.
long booking runway. And once again, let me say that booking really far in advance allows you to make payments. And
Right.
there's usually like the cancellation fee is
Mhm.
minimal as long as you do it more than 120
Yep.
days in advance. So this is a thing for me. Like, I want you to book as far out as possible.
Right.
So
And with those payment options, all of these sailings are just a tad bit more expensive than some of the other Windstar offerings. And that makes sense considering it's the exotic locations and you're getting a brand new ship.
yeah. And price isn't everything. It's okay to pay more to get what you actually want in your vacation. So
That's right.
go ahead and book it early. So if you love small ships, immersive itineraries, and upscale environments that never feel stuffy, Starseeker should absolutely be on your radar.
It's intimate, it's destination focused, and it's designed for travelers who want experiences over excess.
Perfectly balanced travel slice, and I cannot wait to sail on Starseeker. And by the way, from all those previous Windstar sailings that I had that we talked about, I have what are called future cruise credits. So if you contact me and you want to make a trip on the Star Seeker or any Windstar sailing, get in touch with me because I can save you a percentage off and get you on board credit and all the things. So definitely come talk to me or Stephanie.
You heard that, guys. Reach out. Ryan and I can get you some future cruise credits to use that are going to give you a special deal on Windstar sailings. You will not be disappointed in these luxury yachts going all over the world. But next week, speaking of all over the world, we're going back to Disney World, our one of our favorite travel destinations ever, because we're going to talk about the three faces of Disney's contemporary resort: Bay Lake Tower, the Garden Wing, and the main tower.
3 ways to stay, 3 very different price points, and
Mhm.
one iconic monorail resort.
Guys, make sure you are subscribed to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Go ahead and share this with a friend who loves to travel or just loves pizza.
Subscribe to our newsletter at extracheese.fun for travel insights, cruise opportunities, and exclusive offers we only share with our insiders. All right, Steph, what's for dinner?
Man, after all this yacht talk, I'm definitely thinking some Thai takeout.
Well, that kind of works for Star Seeker's itineraries. They're doing a little bit of Thailand in there. But Windstar
Mhm.
is also known for classic Italy and Dalmatian coast. So I think I'll just book one of those and have a slice in Sorrento tonight.
Always on brand.
So until next time, keeps traveling the world.
One slice at a time. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Bye.